Hello, welcome ladies. Happy Thursday. I'll wait a couple of minutes for you to bob on. Just going to pop a little bit of peppermint oil on while I'm waiting for you. Cool down these temples. Hi Helen, how are you? You okay? What's it like where you are? It's quite nice and sunny here today after the rain and misery the last couple of days. So how's everybody doing? Hope you're feeling all right. Hope you're feeling okay. Let me know if you felt any different this week. I'm going to be talking to you about the changes that we've got this week, the new energy that we're working with, how you'll probably be feeling, how you'll probably feel for the rest of the month, and how you can make it work for you. So let me know if you are feeling a little bit different in yourself already this week. I did a live over in our VIP group on Monday, a live yoga nidra, and it was quite interesting, some of the feedback from people who were saying that they're already starting to feel quite different this week. So let me know how you're getting it on. So let me check. Got everything I need to chat with you. I think I've got everything. Yes, lovely. So as you're joining me live, just say hi. If you're not watching this live, you're watching it on replay, just put hashtag replay, and by all means comment along as I'm going, and I will reply to you as I come on. Lovely. I've just got a message pop up on my phone. Okay, right, let's get stuck in. So this week, the beginning of this week, Monday, was the new moon. And we are moving, well, we've moved into a new moon in Leo. Does anyone know anything about the Leo energy, about the Leo astrology sign? Do we have any Leos in here? I do know a couple. Let me know if we have any Leos in here. So we moved into this beautiful Leo energy on Monday, this new moon in Leo. And I know a few of you have said that you're already starting to feel this change, this shift. And it's a wonderful time for you to step into your strength, to step into who you are, and really take control of the next half of the year. Because let's face it, the first half of the year, kind of out of the window. I'm seeing all these lovely posts at the moment saying I'm not buying, what does it say? There was like a GIF or something that said, I'm not buying any 2021 planners until I see the trailer, which I thought was quite funny. So yes, any plans that we may have had for earlier this year have probably gone out of the window. You may have found that anything that you thought you would have been doing, you might not necessarily be doing, unless, unlike one of my lovely friends, Chris, one of her goals for this year was for more time and more relaxation at home. So she got her wish. So if, you know, maybe that is what you've wanted. Maybe you've wanted more time in the garden or more time at home. So maybe you've found that actually your year has worked out quite well for you. But I know for the majority of people who do have goals, set goals, set things that they wanted to achieve this year, maybe it's just not quite happened how you wanted. However, there's some good news. Now we're moving into this beautiful energy, this Pitta energy, this fire energy. Everything is in your favour. May the odds be ever in your favour, to quote Hunger Games. The odds are in your favour now. You know, everything is kind of backing you up, and everything has got your back to help you achieve what it is that you're looking for. And I'll just share this quickly before I move into talking more about the Pitta energy that we've got at the moment, and how you can harness that magnificent energy to really help you grab hold of your goals. Every Sunday I plan my week. Does anybody else do this? I know in the VIP, in our membership, I'm always talking about the importance of planning your week. And every Sunday, I plan my week. We plan our food, plan what we're having, plan our appointments, we plan our fitness, our exercise, everything. We don't always stick to it, but I find if I plan, I'm much more likely to stick to things. And I always pull a beautiful oracle card. Let me show you the pack that I use. So I use these ones. Don't know if anybody has used these before. They're really, really beautiful. They tend to be the ones that I go to. And I always pull a card for the week with as a bit of a guidance, bit of an anchor, you know, for what I'm working on. And the card that I pulled out said, go now. Go now. This is the perfect time to do those things that you've been putting off, to start those projects, to get your teeth into those things that you really want to make a change, or step away from anything toxic, like a toxic situation, a toxic relationship. And then when I did the Yoga Nidra on Monday, I also pull a card when I'm doing the Yoga Nidra, and I pulled out the exact same card, and he's up here, Seraphis Bay. So this, go now, this is what I feel is a big, great message to all of us. That now is the time to sink your teeth into those goals. Now is the time to take the reins of your life, of your health, of your business, your whatever it is that is important to you. You know, make more time with your family. Whether there's a relationship, whether there's someone you've had your eye on for a while and you've not gone near, maybe now's the time to ask them out. Might have to be a Zoom call. doesn't stop you. Or alternatively, it might be the time to step away from anything toxic. If you've been in a toxic relationship, if you're in a toxic job, toxic situation, you know, this could be your time to step away and stand in your strength. So I just wanted to share that with you because I think it's really, really poignant and really really important for this next level that we're going into. So when it comes to the different seasons, now actually before I get into that, let me go over what doshas are, because I know we have some new people here in the group. So let me go over what doshas are. Let me go over what Ayurveda is for a start. And then I'll talk to you about the seasons and the moon. So Ayurveda is the beautiful idea of looking at nature. Not all those trees, or postman will have to wait. all that nature that we have outside, the elements, so earth, fire, water, air and ether. And we have that outside in nature, but that also exists within us. And different levels of... Oh, it's okay, Helen, don't worry. So it's understanding those levels of the elements and how much is present at different times of the day, how much of those elements are present at different times of the year, different times of your cycle as well. So even if you are not having cycles, if you don't have regular menstruation or periods, you will still go through a monthly cycle. I'm currently pregnant, so I don't have a monthly flow, but my body still goes through that cycle every single month. And it, depending on the time of the month, you will have different elements that are higher than others. So it's understanding that. Now, the elements are grouped together. They tend to work together. So you very rarely find one element on its own. Hi, Meryl, hi. So you very rarely find one element on its own. So earth, the earth element is usually grouped with water. Where there's water, you usually find earth. Where there's earth, you usually find water. So those two group together to form the dosha of Kapha, where we have fire and water usually grouped together that is the dosha of Pitta. And air, you can't have air without space, ether. So those two come together to form the dosha of Vata. So those are your doshas. Okay, so when I'm talking about doshas, it's those three: Kapha, Vata and Pitta. They also exist within us. Okay, so our bones, our foundation, our physical body is the Kapha dosha, that they are your building blocks of the body, your muscles, your bones, things like that. Pitta is your heat and transformation of your body. So your skin, for example, when you're outside, the sun hits your skin, and it's the Pitta that is underneath the skin that soaks up that vitamin D, that soaks up all those beautiful nutrients that nourish our bodies. And it's the transformation process that takes place with the Pitta dosha, with the fire and the water, which then makes that part of who you are. Pitta dosha is also found in the stomach. So in the stomach acid is fiery, but it is also watery. So you've got your Pitta dosha there in your stomach. Air and ether are found in the breath, in any orifice of the body. That is the space. Also the space that we live in, the space around us, the space within us. You know, that is your Vata dosha. And also movement of things in the body is down to the Vata dosha. Your thoughts are the Vata dosha as well. So if you think of movement and fluidity, that is Vata dosha. When you think of strength, solidity, that's Kapha. And when you think of transformation and fire, that is Pitta. Okay, so let me know that makes sense. Very kind of down to earth, straightforward simplification of the doshas. I could go into much more detail, but basically that's all you need to know to really get to know and understand this. When we look at the different seasons, of course, different seasons are different relative to different doshas. So what do you think would be the dominant dosha in summertime? Give me some guesses. Anyone? Oh, you're so welcome, Paula. You're welcome. So what if we're thinking about the summertime and we've got those Pitta, amazing. Yes, Pitta dosha. Pitta dosha is your summer season. When we move into the autumn, it's crisp, it's dry, it's usually very windy. The fire one, yes, Pitta, yes. When we move into autumn, it's crisp, it's dry, it's windy. That is usually your Vata dosha. Now, obviously, if you're joining me in the UK, we don't tend to stick to our seasons. So earlier this week, it felt like autumn. Today, it feels much more like summer. In other countries, I know that you do have much more set seasons, so it's a little bit easier. Here in the UK, we kind of have to be much more fluid with how we approach our doshas. But at the moment, in August, the sun is at its highest. Heat is usually at its highest. Even if it's not always sunny, it's hot. And sometimes it's humid. So again, that's your Pitta dosha, that's your fire and your water, that heat, that horrible stickiness tends to be the Pitta. So when we're working with that energy, there's so many benefits to it, but we just need to be really, really careful that we don't burn out. It's at this time of the year that lots and lots of people are trying to get so much done. It's just before the kids are going back to school or even starting school. And especially this year, there's so many different things going on. Lots of people are trying to cram in and get as much done as they can before we hit September, which is only a couple of weeks' time. So that is already high for a lot of people, that doing feeling, that motivation, that activation. Now on Monday we moved into a new moon, as I mentioned at the beginning, and the new moon is in Leo. Anybody any idea about the energy of the Leo. She is a lion. What do you usually feel about the lion energy? And anyone who's into astrology will know what kind of element the Leo is. Oh wait, there's a bit of a delay on the comments. I usually give the answer and then all these answers come up in the comments when people have already said it. So I don't want to steal your thunder. Oh wait, a couple of seconds. So I'll tell you a little bit about the attributes of the Leo and the lion energy. Fiery and strong, boom, yes. Well done, Helen. Yeah, so fire, boom. So we're already in this Pitta energy. We're already in this fiery energy of August, of summer. And we're moving into, well, we've moved into the new moon in Leo, which is fiery. She's strong. She takes no nonsense. Motivated, courageous, stands strong and confident in who she is. That is all the energy of the Leo. And moving into that energy of the new moon is incredibly empowering, incredibly great for getting your stuff done. Like I said before about this card that I pulled out, everything is just kind of clicking into place. Go now, take action. You know, very much all that energy is behind you right now with the moon. And then you've got your Pitta energy in from the season. So again, that's all about motivation, passion, drive, dedication, getting your stuff done. All that fire energy is here. So it is the perfect time to take control. Anything you've been putting off, anything you've been thinking, oh, I'll do it next month, or I'll do it in a few weeks' time, or I'll do it tomorrow. Now is the time. Go now. Do it now. Do not put this off any longer, because everything is in your favor to get it done. Now, with that also comes a gentle caution of not going too far. So for anyone who is interested in the planets and the alignment and things like that, we're also moving into a heavy Mars energy. And for anyone who's aware of that, again, that is fire, that is Pitta, that is strength, that is passion. So it's passion on top of passion on top of passion. So, you know, it's a great time and it's a fun time, but also just be super mindful of your temperament, be super mindful of your temper, especially those of you who do already have a high Pitta dosha. So for those of you who are on the VIP membership with me, when you join, you got a link to the Ayurvedic questionnaire, so you should know your Ayurvedic dosha. If you're not quite sure on that, by all means drop me a message and I'm quite happy to chat with you and see if we can find exactly what it is. And most people have got two doshas that are quite dominant. If Pitta is one of your dominant doshas, you'll feel it even more so at the moment. So I'm mostly Pitta, but Kapha is quite close behind. However, at the moment, I'm just feeling the Pitta. Yesterday, I had a migraine for the first time in months. And I know exactly why. It's because this Pitta dosha is so high. Obviously, I'm pregnant, so I've got hormones flying around my body all the time. But all the Pitta energy is here right now. So be super, super careful, especially if you are Pitta dominant, because you'll find it really hard to stop. You'll just want to keep going and keep going and keep going and keep going, which is great, but just be cautious. This next month especially is when you need to really look at your health and your well-being. So your yoga, your meditation, the food that you're putting in your body, the type of food that you're putting in your body. I can't stress the importance of eating clean, organic food. Always be conscious about where you're getting your food from as well. You know, don't be a zombie buyer. Make sure that you're really conscious of what you're putting in your body, because if you haven't got your health, you haven't got anything. If you haven't got your health and you don't feel healthy, you don't feel that you can, you know, do these different things, then you won't get all the stuff done that you want to. Let me know that makes sense. So working with this Pitta energy. Okay, so we've got fire on top of fire on top of fire. When it comes to food, what kind of food do you think will be really, really beneficial in the next coming weeks? So working with this fire, we know that there's an excess of fire outside, inside, the universe, everywhere. There's lots of fire here to keep us strong, keep us motivated, courageous. But we always want to find that balance. So Ayurveda is always about bringing us into equilibrium. So we want to try and bring more foods into our bodies that maybe are a little cooler, that maybe are a little lighter, that maybe also are a little sweeter. So what kind of foods do you think would be really great to manage this excess of Pitta that's going on at the moment? What do you think? Oh, wait. Go on, don't be shy. Remember, there's no wrong answer. That's the beauty of things like that. There is no wrong answer. So even if you think, I'm not sure, but I think this might work, it will, and we'll find a way to make it work. Don't be shy. I can see there's some of you on here with me. Okay, so firstly, bitter kind of foods. So bitter melon is really, really lovely for pacifying that Pitta dosha, that fire. It's so soothing to Pitta energy, especially, you know, if you're starting to get headaches, or if you are someone who is prone to migraines, sore throats, mystery rashes on your body. If anyone's like me, you just kind of get like, I get these little rashes all along here when I've got too much Pitta in my body. Your tongue, check your tongue. If there's oh sorry. Siri talking to me on my watch. If there's a yellow coating on your tongue when you wake up in the morning, that can be an indication that there's high Pitta in your body as well. So watch out for that in the morning. But yes, so melon, bitter melon is great for soothing Pitta. Also, making sure that you eat things that are high in coconut. Coconut, yes. Fruits, melons, yep. Brilliant, Chris, yes. And coconut water is so great. Coconut water, some people think it's a big fad, and I love coconut water. It's one of the things that when I really need to cool down, coconut water is one of the best things for me, and it keeps me hydrated much better than just water. And I heard a really excellent description once from my teacher, and he said, if you think about a hot fire burning really, really hot, okay, and if you had cold water and you just poured cold water, really icy cold water on top of that fire, yes, it would go out, but what would happen instead? It would just steam, be steam everywhere. And that happens with the body. So when we're really, really hot, ladies, any of you who are going through the menopause, this is a really, really good tip. When you're having a hot flash, try not to, hot flash or hot flush, whatever you call it, try not to go for like icy things, because that will just increase the sweat and the steam that's coming out of your body. Go for something more room temperature, and coconut water is really, really good for helping with that real increase of heat. Also, it doesn't just need to be physical. So if you're feeling hot-headed, or there's someone who's really miffing you off and you can't really put your finger on why, or you can't switch off that feeling of frustration and anger. And there's a lot of frustration that people are feeling at the moment, obviously with things going on. So using foods, using coconut water, using melons, using cooling foods. Cucumber is beautiful. That's a beautiful, beautiful kapha increasing doshic food, but it decreases the pitta inside of us. Also, on our VIP membership, we have got a 5-minute class which takes you from feeling angry to peaceful. So 5-minute fix for those angry moments. And that is a new class that we've put up today, I believe, on our VIP. So those of you on the membership, have a look at that. If you're not on the membership and you want more information, just bob me an email. There's different subscription options, so we can work with what is right for you. So that is a brilliant one to do, a brilliant class to do to diffuse those feelings of anger and frustration. Now I'm going to share a really lovely snack from my trusty Bible, Ayurvedic Cooking for Self-Healing. Now this, love this book. It's not for everybody, it's old, but it's an oldie but a goodie, and it's, you know, it's so super simple. And up at the top, let me not lose my page, but up at the top of each of the recipes, can you see this here? This is awesome because this indicates whether it decreases, increases, or neutralizes each of the doshas. Now we also have this on our VIP membership. Every single class in the description also has this to tell you whether the class increases a dosha, whether it decreases a dosha, whether it neutralizes a dosha. So all our classes on the VIP membership have that. So at a glance, you can go and do a class that you know is going to pacify whatever you're feeling at that time. So if you're feeling sluggish, kapha is high, so sluggishness, tiredness, then you go for something that's going to boost the pitta, it's going to boost the vata. If you're feeling angry, burnt out, headaches, stress, then you want something to reduce the pitta dosha. If you're feeling worried, if you're feeling anxious, if you've got a fluttering palpitations and heart rate, then as long as it's not linked to anything medical, then again on the VIP you can look at this descriptions and look at the top for this, and you want to favour something that decreases vata. Now in this book it tells you which of the recipes, what they do for each of the doshas. So I love this book, and it was written by my teacher, so it's a soft spot for me as well. And here he is on the back. He doesn't look like that now. Age comes to us all, even us yogis. So sadly he's a little more whitened in the hair. So let me find this. Oh, now can I find it now? I've left myself a bit, maybe. Right, I'll have a quick look. If I can't find it quickly, I will post it in the comments. But it's a lovely snack to make, which you can keep, and they're coconut cookies. Completely Ayurvedic, really, really pacifying for pitta in this time. It's got coconut in, so of course it's great for pacifying pitta. If you do have high levels of kapha, then just be mindful, you know, don't eat them all in one go, you know, just eat one. But also, you know, you might decide that maybe it's not for you if your kapha dosha is quite high. Another one that I want to just mention briefly before I round this up for today. A couple of days ago, it might have been last week, I shared a recipe on here for a digestive tea, Ayurvedic digestive tea. Now that is brilliant to do every morning to help pacify this pitta on top of pitta on top of pitta, this fire, heavy fire energy that we've got around us for the next month. And that digestive tea is so great to start your day. Whether you have just that or whether you have that and then you go on to have a cup of tea or something, try if you can to start your day with that Ayurvedic digestive tea. You will notice such a difference in your body. You'll notice that your digestion is much better. You'll probably feel that you're less sluggish in your digestion. You'll probably feel less heartburn if you're prone to things like that. But also it really works to pacify the doshas in the body, to pacify those elements in the doshas, in the body. So when I mentioned before how we have those different elements that exist within us, those different doshas that exist within us, every single person has got a different amount of that within them. So for example, Chris, you will have a different amount of Kapha dosha in you than I do. I will have a different amount of the Vata dosha to Helen, and Pitta energy. I'll have a different amount of Pitta energy to Paula. So we all have different amounts of those doshas within us. And that's what makes Ayurveda so amazing, is because it recognizes you as an individual rather than putting you into a box. And once you are so much more aware of your unique constitution, then it puts the power in your hands. So try that Ayurvedic tea. I'll put the link for the coconut cookies in I'll put the recipe in the page, in the group, so you can have a nosy at that. Another one that is really lovely is cool milk with rose water. Might sound a bit gross, but it is lovely. I don't drink cow's milk. The hormones in cow's milk play havoc with my body, so I haven't drank cow's milk for quite a long time now. So I use non-dairy, depending on what I've got, either hazelnut milk or almond milk. So you can do it with non-dairy milks too. If you are Kapha dominant, maybe stay away from the dairy, because that dairy can be mucus inducing and very heavy on the body. So if you're already a heavy dominant dosha, then it just increases it. So if if you ever feel sluggish or lacking in motivation or quite heavy in fatigue, then dairy and things like that can make it worse. So there you go. I'll round it up. So this next month, we started on Monday. We're now in this moon energy of Leo, which is strong, confident, empowering, standing up for what you believe in, passionate, all these gorgeous things. We are in the season of summer, Pitta energy. So Pitta is high. Again, Pitta energy is all those things. It's passion, it's forthrightness, it is intensity, it's motivational, it's getting stuff done. And also we've got that heavy energy of Mars, again, which is high in fire and Pitta. So everything is in your favour to get done what you've been putting off the last few months. So anything that you've been thinking about recently, when I did this with my VIPs in our group, a few afterwards messaged me and said, it's so weird because the last week there are things that have been coming up in my mind that I've been thinking about doing. So that's just you being open and responsive to the universe and what is going on. So if that resonates for you and there's been things coming up, now is the time to really start taking that action forward. But just be mindful of your health, be mindful of your well-being, be mindful of your temperament. With passion comes fire. Sometimes we can get burnt, sometimes we can burn others. Be mindful of that. Make sure you're taking time for pranayama, for meditation. Again, those of you on the VIP, do our 5-minute class from anger to peace. this will help to pacify this excess pitta going on at the moment. And eat for your dosha type. Eat right for your dosha. So if you're already high in pitta, then favour those cooling foods. Favour things that are going to increase the water naturally in your body. So, you know, your cooling cucumbers, melons, coconuts, celery, things like that. Rose water, coconut water, all those gorgeous, beautiful things. Okay, so have a wonderful rest of your day, everybody. Enjoy the sun, enjoy this pitta energy. It's one that we can really get stuck into, and enjoy this feeling of energy and vitality, because, you know, with everything there's a cycle, so make the most of this while you can. All right, guys, any questions at all, I'm here. All right, have a wonderful day. Bye.